Man, like,
Police authorities in Nigeria have confirmed that at least 8 persons are being questioned over the death of the son of singer Davido. The sad news of the singer's son's death broke on social media late Monday. The 3-year-old Ifeanyi reportedly drowned in the family's swimming pool in Lagos and was underwater for an unspecified period before he was spotted. He was allegedly rushed to a hospital where he was confirmed dead. There has been no news from Davido and the child's mother, Chioma Rowland, also known as Chef Chi. However, celebrities and fans are reacting to the news with shock and disbelief. Davido, one of the world's most popular Afrobeat stars, has a huge following on social media. It is not the first time a popular Afrobeat star is losing his child and getting much attention. Nigerian star D'banj lost his son in a similar manner in 2018.
Halloween 2022. This is a Halloween that you all will not forget. And I won't allow anybody to forget all the sacrifices that was made this year. Davido, for those who are unfamiliar with this artist, some of y'all might have heard this jangle off in the club. Oh, baby, are you done talking? Done. Are you done talking? Yeah. Yeah, some of y'all know that track, right? A lot of y'all vibed out to that song. That's Davido. It's played throughout the states. His music is played everywhere globally. He is a quickly rising Nigerian star. And his son, at age 3, allegedly drowned on the Day of the Dead, which is November 1st. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Day of the Dead because people think that the rituals end on Samhain, but the rituals actually go on all through the pagan festival days, all the way up to Saturnalia, and from Saturnalia there's a brief break all the way into Beltane, and these rituals are very real. In order to be promoted in the industry and pushed to the forefront, sacrifices are required. Now, this screams a ritual. For those who don't know, this Afro beats, Nigerian music. I'm one of the first people to tell you this, and I want y'all to listen to me very carefully. Through Afro beats, through soca music, Nigerian beats, Nigerian music, you're hearing a lot of that all over the place now. Listen, a lot of dark energy is about to be cultivated through this music for a few reasons. They're going to now use this music as the Trojan horse because a lot of you individuals within the states don't understand what's being said in the actual music. And since there's a level of ignorance there, they're able to cast spells through the music. And I've noticed this some time ago actually. I was playing this music and my intuition kicked in to start to research what I was actually listening to because often we get caught up in the drums and it's very, it's very melodic. It has a nice tune to it, has really good rhythm. But ladies and gentlemen, when you actually start to Google and research some of the words that's being said in the Nigerian tongue, they're actually casting spells on people. A lot of it is witchcraft and sorcery throughout the music. And Davido, he's the most prominent artist right now that we're hearing. And you're going to see him go to the next level. This situation is tragic. Singer Davido's 3-year-old son appears to have drowned at his home in Nigeria, police said. The incident happened Monday night, 2 weeks after Anthony David celebrated his birthday. He just turned 3 years old. And we know that that's a Freemasonic number that they like to play around with. So 2 weeks after his birthday, on the Day of the Dead, which is November 1st, his son mysteriously drowns, ladies and gentlemen, and 8 people in his staff was brought in for questioning. Nobody knew what happened. Out of a family gathering on the Day of the Dead, nobody know what happened. So they're making it seem as if it's straight negligence here in this situation. Davido, the Nigerian music star whose real name is David Adedaji, Adeleak, and the child's mother, Chima Rowland, were not home at the time, Lagos police spokesman Benjamin Herden said in an email statement. So it was claimed that they wasn't home, and they're alleging that they left these children, this child rather, with 8 other staff members, 8 people, and they just was totally negligent, and this child ended up unfortunately drowning. Authorities questioned 8 members of DeVito's team who were at the home and released 6 of them. A nanny and another unidentified person are still being questioned, Houdin said. He said the investigation continues to ascertain if it was truly drowning or otherwise. Man, now this is one of those things where this is totally just another one of these situations where these guys are cold blooded. You right, Jakeem Judah. The level of evil with these people. Right, Rebel Queen for Almighty, 2 plus 3 equals 6. They like to play with that number. 2 weeks after the birthday, and the child was 3 years old. He died November the 1st. Let's talk about November the 1st, the Day of the Dead, aka Souls Day. See, in ancient Europe, pagan celebrations of the dead also took place in the fall and consisted of bonfires, dancing, and feasting. Some of these customs survive even after the rise of the Roman Catholic Church, which unofficially adopted them into their celebrations of 2 Catholic holidays. All Saints Day, y'all heard that before. That's Halloween Day, Halloween night, Halloween Day, rather. And All Souls Day, celebrated on the first 2 days of November. So the first 2 days of November, they have an open bridge to go ahead and sacrifice. In medieval Spain, people would bring wine and pan, aka wine and spirits. They will also bring bread to the graves of their loved ones on Souls Day. They will also cover graves with flowers and light candles to illuminate the dead souls way back in their homes on earth. Does this sound familiar? 14 people were shot on the west side of Chicago at a what, ladies and gentlemen? At a vigil. At a vigil. So those individuals were also celebrating Souls Day that was at that vigil, giving honor to the dead, giving gifts to the dead, right? In the 16th century, Spanish conquistadors brought such traditions with them to the New World, along with a darker view of death influenced by the devastation of the bubonic plague. How is this celebrated today? El Dia de los Muertos is not, as is commonly is thought. There's Mexican versions, costumes, parades on the Day of the Dead. It's believed to be the borders between the spirit world and the real world dissolve. During this brief period, the souls of the dead awaken and return to the living world to feast, drink, and play music with their loved ones. And in turn, the living family member treat the deceased as honored guest in their celebrations and leave the deceased favorite foods and other offerings at grave sites. Now I'm beginning to believe that the 14 children that was hit in Chicago, well, it wasn't 14 children, it was 3 children. Wow. Y'all see how this is coming together? My Jamaica brothers, do you hear this? It was 14 people involved in the Chicago shooting, but only 3 children was hit. It was 3 children hit. It was a 3-year-old in that situation too. It was a 3-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 11-year-old that was hit. So they had 3 children in that scenario too. But this is just crazy right here, man. So on the Day of the Dead, another rising musician, and he's going to keep on rising. Leviticus 18:21 says, "And thou shalt not let any of thy seeds pass through the fire to Moloch, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am the Lord." Rituals are being conducted, sacrifices are being conducted, and nobody can be trusted in that industry. And they are really playing around with these numbers. They really liking these numbers 3 and these numbers 6. Yep. Leon, I broke that down in my last stream. 1/3 of the Migos means they're targeting a 1/3 of us. That's exactly what they doing. That's why you see Kyrie Irving finally getting suspended. Getting suspended for what? Getting suspended for being intelligent and standing his ground. Don't trust these celebrities. I'm going to one more news source on this. Let's get to it. Because how was these people questioned and nobody was arrested? There's a such thing as child endangerment and negligence. So out of 8 people, child endangerment or negligence should have been the case. But nobody was held to the torch for this child's death. See, I'm going to expose this Halloween. I'm exposing this. The Most High put it on me to really discuss what's going on in these Hollywood circles in this industry. I had one guy say, "Newbury, stop talking about death. Stop talking about this, that, and the third," before the stream even started. You know what I did? I blocked him. I got him up out of there. Reason being, because people who talk like that, by the way, he was in here waiting before the show even started just to say that. People who talk like that don't want what's in the dark to be brought forth to the light. I don't want to talk about these senseless crimes and these senseless deaths. Pardon me. But it must be discussed because there's a lot that a lot of people won't see. And I don't want nobody to have no excuses for ever celebrating these pagan festival days ever again. Because it's deeper than just people talking. The holidays have to stop. We got to get back to serving our God. And I'm going to run this down until people understand it and share this to the world and let these people know so we can get on code.
Hello and welcome. This is Today in the News. Here are the highlights. Police question Davido's domestic staff over son's death. First Republic Aviation Minister Umbazulike Amici dies at 93. Aviation workers shot
There we go, 93. Police question Davido's domestic staff over son's death. You turn that 9 upside down, you got another 6 and you got another 3.
B2 over disengagement of colleagues. Many fear dead as fire guards harass patrol vehicle and building in Lagos. About 8 domestic workers of singer Davido have been picked up by the Lagos State Police Command on Tuesday for questioning over the death of his son, Ifeanyi Adeleke. Ifeanyi, who reportedly died in the singer's house Monday night, was said to have drowned in the swimming pool. The State Police Public Relations Office.
That sound familiar? You had 200 people lunged into the sea in India and drowned. So the marine spirits are at work too. They're not just passing them through the fires of Moloch. Now they're dealing with these marine spirits.
Benjamin Hundeyi, confirming his death, said all the workers will be questioned and anyone found not culpable will be allowed to go immediately. Hundeyi added that those found to have been negligent will be held back to assist in the investigation. Speculations about the death of the 3-year-old boy spread like wildfire on Monday night on social media and blogs. Fans of the singer desperately prayed for a miracle for the little boy who celebrated his birthday last week. Nigeria's first division.
Ladies and gentlemen, we gotta be aware. We gotta stay woke out here. This music, this Nigerian music, is gonna continue to be played. Davido is gonna continue to rise to prominence. And if there was foul play involved, which I believe it was, I don't see how a 3-year-old child can drown with all of these adults present unless something was done to that child. A lot of times these people come together in these groups, aka these covens, and they do things to children. A similar Nigerian artist, the same thing happened. The first news brief told you that. So this seems like to be a pattern at this point. Yo, somebody said, Bree, you won't believe this, but I was listening to Davido earlier today for the first time in a while and needed to hear this message. You totally right. I don't understand all the lyrics. Exactly. And that's where you got to be careful at. Because they're going to use Nigerian and Afro beats to spread the dark energy within the music, because this is what's happening right now. If you turn on the radio, right? I listen to XM radio a lot, right? And I noticed that they're scaling back on trap music because people are catching on because it's too overt. The trapping, the thugging, the drugging, the killing is too overt at this point with all that's going on in the world and within the United States. But this Afrobeat thing is on a mainstream hip hop radio stations now because there's a lot of subliminal messaging in there, and it actually can sound very soothing, and they can just get you while you're not paying attention as an open vessel. Gresham Vaughn, thank you for the 20, says, keep talking the truth. The messages are reaching those with ears to hear. Absolutely. I appreciate it. They're basically hitting the subconscious mind. And, it's really unfortunate, but this is what happens in these circles, man. And you can expect Davido to reach the next level of fame. You're gonna start seeing him in award shows here in America. You're gonna see him on side of Drake. You're gonna see him with all these people. And you know what? The death of this child, it's gonna be water under the bridge. It's gonna be swept under the rug because it ain't too many people with voices that's speaking on situations like this. Because it's tough to speak on these things. It's very difficult to speak on these type of things. But the reality of the situation is these people come together and they put children on the altar. They put children on the altar. And even with the Migos, we seen them taking photos with witches. We see them taking pictures with the wizards and those individuals. So we know how this industry works. Yup. Somebody says, I'm actually South African and I'm getting suspicious of Ama piano music. I don't know what those chants in the songs mean exactly. And this is why I'm speaking of this, because we got to stay woke, man. You know, them scriptures say life and death lie in the power of the tongue. You sitting there vibing to something that you don't even understand. And watch, I guarantee you, nobody is going to get arrested behind this. What was the other Nigerian artist? Y'all know his name. I think it was the guy that like bleached his skin. His son died the same way. His child died the same way, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember the guy's name. It wasn't Buju Banton. I was about to throw the wrong guy under the bus. It was somebody else. If y'all know who it was, let me know. Somebody else's son died in a very similar fashion. Yeah, somebody said Burner Boy and Fire Boy both blowing up too. Yeah, real talk. But you know what it's gonna take for you to blow up in this industry. You got to give up a sacrifice. You got to. I see Jakeem Judah in the building. Salute to Jakeem Judah. Y'all subscribe to that, brother. Stepping on Idol says, Bree, you won't believe this, but I was listening. Oh, no, I already read that one. Okay, I got you. Uh, Louis Leon says, it's not crazy what New Breed is saying. Read your Bible. Pagans literally threw their firstborn into the fire like Bohemian Grove. Exactly. Yeah, it was D Bonch. That's who it was. Thank you, sis. She must be from Nigeria. Napo Bon Linda. Yep, she says it was D Bonch. Yep, that's who it was. It was D Bonch. Yep, and they rising quick. Yeah, his son died a similar way, man. So we seeing the patterns. And listen, when I make you brothers and sisters aware of this, now listen, now you won't be able to dismiss it. Now you can see the patterns. The veil is being lifted. That's why I tell people all the time, share these videos everywhere, man. Share them everywhere because people need to hear this. Because they will sweep this little child dying under the rug. And I can guarantee you now they told you on the news, they brung 8 people in, but they only kept 2. They let 6 go. More numerology. They keep using 6 and 3. They say they brung 8 people in. They let 2 people go. I mean, they let 6 people go. They kept 2 for questioning, the nanny and somebody else close in the staff. They keep giving you 3s and 6s the entire news broadcast. Yeah, these people do anything for that bag. Anything. And I can guarantee you, nobody is going to get charged with anything. Nobody will be charged with anything. That's the crazy part. It's going to get swept under the rug and nobody's going to get charged. They wait till these stories die down and dwindle out and burn out when nobody's talking about them no more, and they go ahead and reap the benefits from their rituals. Somebody said the gang culture is in South Africa too. Yep. Somebody said, Burna Boy, I love his music. I guess I will have to not listen to his music anymore. Now, fitness information, what I say is this. If there's a particular song that you rocking with, because I had the same situation. I was playing a song. It was an Afrobeat joint, Nigerian sound. I was playing it, and I kept asking myself, like, what is this person saying? Because the beat was hard. You know what I'm saying? It was a good track. And then when I started looking up the lyrics, I'm like, what? It was like talking about doing some voodoo type stuff, bro. Like it was literally talking about like doing magic and doing voodoo in the song. But it almost sounded like it didn't even sound like that type of song. You know what I'm saying? It almost sounded like not a love song, but something like a song that's motivational. They pick you up on a bad day type song. But when you listen to it, when you start looking up words, you like, hold up, this is talking about sangria, voodoo, something about enchantment. I'm like, what is this? What am I listening to here? It just didn't fit right. It didn't sit right with my spirit. Wow, Jakeem says he got a video of Boosie behind takeoff. The moment before he got hit, people don't even know he was there. Wow, man, there's so much coming out, man. They did say in the news that there was a lot of rappers that was in attendance. That's crazy, man. If you got that footage, bro, you might want to upload that and put that out yourself. A lot of people we need all the evidence possible because it seemed like the court of public opinion is the only ones that's actually doing something. It seemed like the law enforcement ain't really doing what they need to be doing. That's what it seemed like. Yeah, man, this is crazy. If people don't believe that this industry is sinister and they really doing these rituals around this time, by the end of this Halloween season, this whole festival harvest season, Man, they'll never see. They'll never see it. Yeah, somebody said Duke the Jeweler also killed, hanging with Prince Mob and Boosie in Houston. Yeah, you can't trust nobody. Mo3 got hit in Houston. Yeah, you just can't trust none of them cats, man. You really can't. But I was sitting here and I was looking into this story, man, and somebody inboxed me this, and I was like, man, this is crazy. Because when I go out, because I tend to go to, when I go out, I tend to go to cultured spots. I go to reggae clubs. I go to places where they play soca music. I go to places where they play Nigerian music. And I've heard this song many, many times. The song that Davido has. And just to hear that his son died on the Day of the Dead, I see why that he's getting so many spins. I see why he keeps getting pushed, and I see why he's one of the top known artists. So we see it's a pattern, man. We not going crazy. We just legit piecing it together at this point. Yeah, Mo3 got hit in the most craziest way. And this whole thing, man. This whole industry sick. Yeah, let's get them bots out the chat. Let me hand out some. I don't see. I gotta wait till the stream end before I start handing out the wrenches. So I'm gonna make sure I put some mods on this side too, man. And I say, listen, protect your children, protect your seeds, stay on the righteous path, stay away from these demonic festival days, spread the word, let everybody know what's going on. This is too much to be coincidence at this point. Too many sacrifices, too many rituals. These people are foul. They're gonna get a visitation from the Most High because they'll do anything for that bread. They'll do anything for fame. These people are demonic and evil, and the Most High is gonna judge them straight up. Yeah, Jakeem, I got you. I got you and Rollo and Rebel. I'm gonna get you, Rebel, and Rollo right after this ends. And let me see who else. Yeah, I think I hand out a few wrenches. But all praises to the Most High, man. I just thought I'd make everybody aware of this story because I didn't want this story to just disappear. A 3-year-old child lost their life, and before they even got to live a real life. And I don't think nobody's gonna get arrested for it. I think we should keep our eyes on this story to see how this pans out. When you got social media personalities bringing these things to the light, it's more difficult for them to just sweep it under the rug within the states. And I want my people here within the states to know what these artists is up to. So, it is what it is, man. All praises to the Most High. Be careful what you listen to. Guard your ears. Somebody said, you sound tired, Bree. Y'all been working, man. I'm good, though. All praises. Peace and blessings. Shalom and peace.